simplicity is, you know, we hear people say, keep it simple. Well, why do we make our lives so much more complicated than they need to be? Because it just adds so much stress and, you know, money or whatever. I mean, we just make things so much more complicated than if we could just be like, you know, this is simple and it's easy, and sometimes it's worth doing something that's not simple. But be really mindful about why we're doing the thing.
Simplicity is about letting go of all the extra stuff that you think is necessary that is really not.
Simplicity, not my strongest suit perhaps, but it's the ability to be content with what we have, to see the perfection in where we are. It doesn't mean we don't want more or that we don't have things we would like to add, but that we understand that we are complete exactly where we are and as we are at this moment. Nothing needs to be added, nothing is missing, and I can be in that simplicity and then be open to whatever expressions of good may come my way.
In the West, as we get more and more complex and complicated in the work that we do, the lives that we live, I think there's a deep yearning for simplicity in each of us. And I think spiritual practice is about returning to that original simplicity.
Simplicity is overrated in a complex world, and yet desperately needed at the same time. There's a sense of, if I go off and live an austere, separate, spare life, live in nature and don't have any, do the hermit thing, live in a cabin and don't have electricity, that I'll live a more simple life, I'll be closer to God or be more spiritual. But I don't know that that's true. I don't know that the person who works with computers and lives in a city and rides a subway isn't capable of the same degree of closeness to the divine as the hermit is. They just have to approach it from a different way. What Henry Nouwen spoke of when he spoke of desert spirituality in a contemporary world, finding time and space to be centered, to be quiet, to be still, and in that simple way, just simply release the tensions of the day and move into a quiet space. I think life is, some things about life are very simple. Love your neighbor, love your enemy. Gets a little harder.